cargo run of legendary repute. Golden Sands. That's where we are now, isn't it? Yeah. Yep. Plants. Cloth. Cloth. Plants. 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 Cloth. Plants. That's it.
Okay, good. Touching now.
Now, Drayman said the water needs to be up.
Above the label. Oh, jeez. Does that work?
I think so.
That's funny. I don't think I've tried that.
I think that was how Drayman sank a boat.
I could believe it. I've definitely tried it on skelly ships and had it work slow. Like I did part of the job, but not. I didn't finish it. I ended up just getting sick of it and cannonballing them.
Cannonballs is fun.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of one of my favorite game elements.
Deadshot Charlotte on Lone Cove.
Okay, and then do we want to try for a second one
Yes.
while we're sat here? Maybe a third, if we're very ambitious.
From mermaids. So that's in the opposite direction. So shall we do Lone Cove first?
As you like. Yeah, let's do Lone Cove.
Captain Falcor, do you know him? Do you know the guy who makes the videos?
Yeah, like I mean, I know the name. I haven't watched his stream very much,
No.
but I have once or twice.
He's using this software called Voice Attack to bring the voice of Brian Blessed into the game as the voice of his travelling companion Larry the red and white speckled chicken.
Sure.
Look, Larry, a skeleton.
Wait, okay.
Fantastic! Get a bazooka and blow them to smithereens!
Wait, so voice attack. So he has a. How does that work? Is it a voice changer for him, or is
No,
he
it's
doing Blessed through it, or
it's pre-recorded Brian Blessed, and he responds to anything he says that's contextual. So you can say "shut up," and he'll say, "Oh, sorry."
So it's got like voice recognition stuff.
Yes.
That's awesome. You know, I have wished for a long time that they would add voice recognition to some game. So the you remember we were talking about how like we were confident that the Kraken was somehow voice triggered
Yeah.
because it's Voldemort and you're just not allowed to say the K word.
Yes.
I think that would probably be like among the coolest things I had ever seen if they actually bothered to sort of put things like that in. You know, things that were curses that were effectively really curses, and things that were, I mean, even if they were only self-inflicted, or things that were blessings that really were blessings that, like, genuflect and say a prayer to Neptune or whatever silliness, and it would actually like play out.
I just remember it was always Dalt that attracted the Kraken I never got the Kraken except when I sailed with him, but he seems to have passed the torch to me a wee bit. You seem to be out of uniform.
Oh, I told you. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not good at shirts.
Yeah, you dribble too much.
Fair. Well, so we managed to figure out. Like, I got down to the point where I can hunt it now. Like, if you want, we can like deliberately go after one. But I still accidentally pull them sometimes too.
I don't find the Kraken a lot of fun as it currently is. That's the thing. You're being attacked from all directions. It's not like the Meg or a skeleton ship where you've got one target. I mean, I understand the tentacles at the side will attack you if you get close, but there should be like a single head that pops up and attacks you, and you have to shoot the head when it pops up. Something like that.
Yeah. I wish it was a little bit more Rochambeau. I wish it was a little bit more like. I don't mind that I made the wrong move and died. I wish that there was always a right move to be made, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, a wreck. Do you want to do it?
I don't. Yeah, certainly we can. I don't see it. Cheers to it.
Don't mean to drag us out. Like 1 or 2 cargo missions will be fine. I have a 6th subscriber called Cold Limits, and his comment was, you should do shorter videos.
Huh. You know, you never did tell me what your username was.
OneManStanding. It was It was Consolus 8, but I thought, hang on, I can change the name to OneManStanding, even though it's still... Once I get 100 subscribers, no pressure, I can change the URL officially to OneManStanding. Nothing in the captain's barrels. Empty, I think. That one is inaccessible.
Behind the stairs, clear. And there's... let's see, a disgrace that I'm headed up with. And I haven't checked below decks yet.
I'm heading in.
The top one. But I did get a full pocket.
Nothing here.
You said you checked the captains already?
Yep. They encountered the drowning cannot open boxes bug on the stream.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. It's like it feels. It's got this little sound there that I can hear in my headphones when I'm drowning, and it's like boom, 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 boom. It's like I'm constantly being hit by something. So I don't know if that's what's causing it.
Oh. I'm not. Yeah, I don't hear that one, but I don't doubt that it's there. My hearing isn't great.
Too much rock and roll.
I wear headphones, so it's. Yeah, exactly. Literally, yes. Yeah, all of those warnings that they give kids about you're going to develop tinnitus, I ignored all of them, and guess what I have?
Tinnitus, that thing where you got that noise in your ear?
Constant whine, yeah. For some people it's sort of, it's a bit more like a rushing train, but for most people it's just a high-pitched squeak.
I get a bit of that.
The trouble is it's a little bit like rain, you know?
Yeah.
You can't hear past it.
I get a little bit like that. Does it make it difficult to sleep?
Yeah.
Consider Electrofan. You get them on Amazon, and it's a white noise machine, and it's got 10 fan noises, and I use that at night. I don't have tinnitus badly. Yeah. I don't have it really at all right now, but it's just the case of sometimes I do get it a wee bit.
Most folks don't, and that's the more common kind of effect. Oh, there you go.
So I'm just changing my rifle and sword.
Yeah, I don't. Most people don't have it very bad, and people who do have it, you know, you can usually point to the thing, you know. And for me, I spent a bunch of time, but in true American fashion, my third stepdad had a Class C FFL, which means that he could buy and sell machine guns and hand grenades. So a lot of range time and a lot of rock and roll, and usually never any ear protection.
Do soldiers need ear protection?
Yeah, Yeah, and what a lot of the gun nerds now are doing is they've effectively managed to sneak through suppressors through the regulations, specifically because they're like, hey, look, man, I shoot 300 rounds a day, 400 rounds a day, just to make sure that I can stay sharp, and I'm gonna destroy my ears. So they've let another piece of paramilitary equipment into the common man's hands, more or less, just so nerds can have it. I don't know. It's not really a community that I have the money or desire to participate in anymore, but I understand the nobly intended end of it. Mostly I think they're giant assholes, and the world could do without them, but I understand what they mean to do on their best days.
I would like to fire a gun, just so I know what it's like.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, really, the fun of it, like the sort of argument for that I tend to support is basically dude, you're brilliant. I don't know why I never thought of that. Yeah, the argument for it is basically that just like going out to the range, like if you don't have any ill intentions towards anyone and you're just like throwing lead 300 meters downrange into a very small box, it's like playing darts but louder.
Yeah.
It's just good fun.
I'd like to know what...
I mean, like... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, you.
No, you.
No, really, you.
We've got like 3 seconds of lag here, and it makes it difficult to know who's... Uh-oh. The world is changing. New dangers there be between boundless sky and treacherous sea. On rolling waves with sails unfurled, ships come to plunder this new world. Arr, matey. There we go.
Aye. What's really great is your crate immediately transported itself into the middle of your crotch while you were reciting the poem.
Oh, there's a rowboat right here. That just appeared because we've and there's a mermaid statue as well. I can hear.
Yeah.
Right. What were we saying?
Let's see. We were talking about going to a range and how you hadn't shot a gun, which is a bit of a surprise, but I guess in context makes sense.
Yeah. Every time we get our hands on guns, the government suffers. I mean, we've just got to the point that there's no point, really, overthrowing our government anymore. I mean, it just... They keep coming back, they're like cockroaches.
They always do seem to win, don't they?
I'm sure Terry Pratchett's... Right, where... there's a blue one. I'd like to know what recoil's like, what drift is like, how accurate I could be. I mean, I'm not looking to shoot people. I just like to shoot a gun.
No, of course.
I mean, I'm just wondering.
No, I get it.
Yeah. Just for the experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Try different types.
I mean, so if you so the easiest way I know of for a tourist to do it is people go out. Well, people end up in Las Vegas all the time, of course, to gamble. And there's really not much to do in Las Vegas except for sort of do all the Las Vegas-y things. Except directly outside Las Vegas, you can effectively, under some pretty heavy supervision, you can shoot all of the crazy movie guns, full on even. And they don't, it's not very serious in terms of like target accuracy or anything like that. It's more, here's rock and roll in your hand kind of stuff. But you do get some of the effect. I mean, for me, like, I grew up hunting, and so like marksmanship was a matter of feeding yourself first. so that was the thing. You kill it, you eat it, okay? That's the rule, son. Well, and heaven help you if you shoot someone who was just out hunting themselves. Yeah, well, that's a bit. Yeah, safety's a big thing. Like, I mean, simple stuff like you learn like rote rules that like everybody responsible repeats at one another all the time. Every gun is a loaded gun. Like, somebody hands you a gun, it doesn't matter if you watch them do
unload
whatever
it.
with it. That gun is loaded until you see that it isn't. Specifically with your own eyes this time, and not any other time. So it's like, you run into like a bunch of stuff like that amounts to, I guess, gun culture, but it's healthy and not terrifying.
Can you interact with this robot? No.
The robot wouldn't let me touch it, and I figure it's probably a matter of dying and trying again, because I end up that way with the ship fairly often too. There's a second mermaid gem that I just picked up from over here, and I see a second rowboat. We'll see if I can row that one instead.
The game might be confused, but which robot is the real one?
No, it's so this one over here definitely is active and has a use oars button.
Right, I'm
not allowed to use
I'm
it.
nearly dead, so I'll find a snake or a venomous chicken.
Hi. Venomous chicken eye.
Chicken? You gonna get me? You gonna get me? What are you gonna do about it, chicken?
Sassy.
Yep, that's a venomous chicken.
Good job, Cleopatra.
She was found dead, with an asp clasped in her grasp. Ah! Yes, I'm dead. I'll bring back the flame.
It's one of my favorite German jokes is just 3 words. Ein klein Verein.
What does it mean?
Well, it's somebody asked Hitler what the Nazi party was, and that was his answer. Ein klein Verein, which basically just means a little club. Yeah.
What was that one? Ich bin Berliner, I am a donut. But they all...
Yeah, I'm a jelly donut. Yeah, Berliner in context, like... A Berliner really is a Berliner, but a Berliner is also a jelly donut. And specifically the way he sort of uttered the sentence in context, everyone assumed that he meant he was a donut.
I'm going to see if I can get on this rowboat. Yes!
Good man.
Oh my... I reversed my oar controls. So when I'm looking forward...
Cool. Does it let you?
Yeah. So when I'm looking forward, I turn in the right direction. But it messes me it messes me up when I start trying to get going.
I think it's like, well, back to the skateboard. I think it's like the skateboard. Like if I started doing it the right way, it would probably mess me up. I just intuitively started skating goofy, and whenever, like, 18 months down the road, somebody went, hey, you're doing it backwards. I was like, fuck it.
There we go. Is this some new meta where everyone's putting the boxes there? Or everyone's putting the treasure?
Oh, no, I'm just not used to playing a sloop. If there's someplace you'd rather put it, we can put it there.
Just checking, it's just... A couple of people on the slip have been doing that. I'm just wondering, hang on, if I missed something, because we normally stick it at the front left. Just use we put the skulls and things on the barrel.
Okay.
I was saying to Landa, I was thinking that I think it would help. We're going to have mermaids now. I think it would help with unnecessary PvP if gold also emitted like a glow when you had it on your ship, and merchant stuff had a blue glow, so people could tell if you had anything, what you had, and whether it was worth coming to get you. I mean, if a ship was not glowing, then they have nothing on board, basically.
Yeah, to some extent, I like that idea. Or just making it somehow more difficult to conceal than it is, because it's it'll glow through some now, but some better indication that your ship was riding heavy would be good. I'm gonna buddy flag it on the off chance that we get lucky.
You talking about girls?
Myself, no.
Run into some lady pirates?
Yes, lady pirates.
And they drug us, tie us up, take our stuff, and yep, that's lady pirates for you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. No. What was I met a good English? She told me which flavor of English she was, and I can't recall now. I asked her where she was from, and she said, some similar, said she was Cornish or something. I can't remember. It wasn't Cornish. But yeah, I met a good lady pirate, 2-3 days ago. Rare as they are.
I'm not one for randoming it. I prefer a fixed crew with people I'm very familiar with.
Yeah, I've been trying to, I've been trying to build my, basically just build my friends list out. So I'm not,
You've got like 200 people, last I looked.
I'm deliberate in my choices. I'm not quite so narrow. I've got a booger on my screen that keeps convincing me it's a ship. Just a second.
Yeah. Every time that I think my screen gets dark, I'm reminded of I really need to get a spray or something. Just a few stains here and there, but you can only see them when the screen gets dark.
Exactly, yeah, just one or two dots that
I mean, I'm actually quite tidy these days. I used to be quite messy. Creative people are, but...
Yeah. No, it's...
Oh, that's right.
My family's German. We, if the house is dirty, it's because you're dying. Oh, okay. Here, come back. Hopefully I'll have ship control again. Yeah, no, I'm fairly tidy. It's just, it's just one little dot. It's super visible.
Cannon Cove.
It's called precision, the German kind, which is the best.
I'm trying to think of one of those alien comedy movies. Sorry.
Oh, no, sorry, go ahead.
What, it's one of those alien comedy movies? And, we know how Germans learn to fight, using the rulebook. It's like they open the rulebook whenever they want to do anything.
Oh, jeez.
It was funny. It was that guy who played the infantile king in The Flying Car, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh, yeah.
It was him, and he was playing a German officer with it, and they'd modelled this tiny hat cannon, the old World War I German helmets had the spear on it, instead it's got the
right.
this miniature cannon. Bring me the rulebook! Thing is, these things were funny then. You think these days someone might take offence?
So my best friend is very Polish, and so we occasionally refer to ourselves as the Prussians. But she hunts hawks, right? We both grew up hunting, and she grew up hunting one thing, and I grew up hunting another, and so that's kind of a piece of how we met. And
Eventually,
kind of getting along with one another is sharing hunting stories. But so anymore, she carries a pistol, but she doesn't really do anything but the dispatch work, and her hawk takes down rabbits and other birds and all sorts of craziness for her. Where was I headed with all that? Oh yeah, so that's that's what she does for fun, and then to get paid, she works a bird rehabilitation center. So if an owl gets caught in a power line, it ends up at her place, kind of stuff. Anyway, she got tagged by one of the owls. He was having a bad day and lit across this little cage or enclosure and landed on her face. Just cut her face right the fuck open. And she's a very pretty person. It's a pretty good scar. It's just right across her cheek. But she was super stoked because the Germans and Poles both have this old fencing tradition where the idea is that it's entirely appropriate to duel with people, but it's not okay to kill them, and one of the sort of markers that you have been in fights but have been uninjured and are a person who is sort of likely to fight but fight honorably is a scar on your face that's usually called a mensur in both cultures. At any rate, an owl gave her her mensur. She's very proud.
We've got a Meg. You get time to fight it?
What color? Yeah. Care to? Let's do it. Is she going? I clipped her one. I don't know if she's aggroed or not. Get your sheets up. I'm gonna keep the anchor down or up?
Down. It stops us drifting.
As you like. It's somehow over her. Shoot.
I tried to do a dalt worm.
Oh, and jump on her back?
No, try, use the sword.
Yeah. I hit it just a bazillion times and never managed to kill it. So I think you were with us that day. We ended up with it run aground on...
Oh, here it comes.
Maros?
Don't think that was me. I do remember it chasing.
That fish, easy 200 times with the sword.
She keeps trying to attack. I hear the musical cue, but she doesn't do anything.
Right. Yeah, it's just not spinning around fast enough for whatever reason. Yep. Because she starts her dun 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 dun. Yep. Should try it again. Good hits. Try it again.
Wonder what. I suppose this is a
Server's just
bug.
kind of bugging out. Yeah, I think it's just being weird since we merged.
Maybe the Meg needs to die in order to reset itself.
It might be. I'm willing to try.
Maybe is there achievement for not taking any damage from the Meg?
I wish there was.
Yes!
Good man. That's great. There we go.
I do. I'm glad they've got something on them worth fighting for now.
Yeah, me too.
It's just
Really, like, that
Sorry.
was my only objection to any of it. Was like, you know, just a little cookie.
just a little code, just a little nugget, just like a token.
I like the stripy one.
Oh, wrong way.
I'm on top of her. She's sinking. 1, 2 pieces, I see. 3, 4.
What I was hoping for. Well, earlier when I ran into a Meg with Lando just today, I thought it was the white one, but it was just the graphics hadn't loaded in properly. So it was quite a disappointment.
Yeah, that's rough. I still haven't. I don't know anybody who has the tag. I know multiple people who think they saw it.
They've got
and testify to it. And I don't think those people are liars, but I don't know anybody who has the tag.
There's videos on YouTube of it.
Yep.
And it's just
as close as I've gotten.
Yeah, they said on the stream today they're going to look at trying to tempt out more.
Yeah, might be.
I mean, it's probably got like a 0.01 spawn chance.
I mean, I know 3 of the top 10 players now, and none of them have it. So, I mean...
Imagine how jelly they'd be if we could get it.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm sure they're upset at, players who have 1/10 of their miles and have it, because there's 6 or 8 of them out there, but...
But then again, something that rare is also quite good.
Yeah, on a certain level, I guess, I don't know, I'm a fucking snob, I'm sure, but, like, I just hope that, those rare achievements are achievable by the people who actually, devote time to the game. As opposed to just sort of, you won the lottery.
You've won the lottery. Great, what do I win? A shark.
Yeah, exactly.
I was also saying to Lando in my last game that I was playing with him that I think it would have been great if certain cosmetics were based on experience. For instance, I only gave myself this wooden foot after after we had a big Meg fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been great if, in order to get certain scars, certain wooden legs and cook hands, you have to be attacked by a shark.
For certain, yeah. Well, I mean, that was the shark scars. You had to beat Meg in the first sort of, Meg event battle thingamabob. So I mean, that's real now. But yeah, like I'd almost like some momentary stuff. So to your point about like having better indicators on the ship, so that when you spot the ship, you can kind of tell whether or not they have some treasure.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also kind of like sort of blood in your teeth indicators, more so than just pink torches, but just kind of knowing like, hey, look, this guy's been after other players. This sort of, fables smoking horns on your head. And it's not, I mean, I don't think it's...
Your name turns red if you've attacked other players.
Sure. It's not just white, it's red.
Yeah, especially if you're the one that fired first.
Yeah.
And I think people should be blue if they're in an alliance with you.
Yeah, reasonable too.
Because I think I said this once before. We were, barrels. We were in an alliance with one brigantine against another one because there was some lag and we were going to avoid them, but we smashed right into them and we wrecked their. Someone's skeletons are here. Is this up? Yes, it's probably one of ours.
I've got a whole pocket full of curses in no time.
Oh, we don't have any kegs.
I've got a little rowboat over here. I'm gonna try and scoot it over to the little bit closer to the vendor. See if we can't make use of. Speaking of, have you ever seen that site?
Which one?
Make use of?
Don't think so.
It's really good. It's kind of an sort of Instructables, if you remember that one. But the content is curated a little more carefully, and the quality is substantially better. But it's basically just instructions on how to do stuff that you probably don't know on your own.
Oh, like WikiHow.
Yeah. Yeah, but they tend to lean pretty hard into the technical stuff.
I'll take a look. I do like instruction videos, learning to do things I've never done before. Like I managed to cook some chicken and cook it properly this time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. see a lot of technical stuff. So like there was a database type that I haven't played with before, and I was going to try to pick up a client that used that specific DB type. And so I had to figure out how to get basically your own server running at home, so that you can experiment on it. And yeah, like 6 or 7 steps later, done.
My only thing with careful, there's some armors over there with instructions is that I'm terrible at following them. I always forget one or two.
Yeah.
Come on, into the water, take a bath.
Yeah, I have to be good at doing things linearly or my world blows up.
It's like I can follow them up to a point, but I will always forget something that was critical.
Mm. I don't know. You can still do front end and you'd be fine. And I'm awful at front end. I love it, but I'm very bad at it.
Bananas.
Because you don't know when it's right, is the trouble. To your point about sort of creative process and perfectionism, I have kind of the same issue. So back end is basically all the bibs and bobs in terms of how things run, how the data gets delivered, but front end is how it gets presented. So I'm pretty much your man if you need to sort of get everything arranged on your server or present business data or something like that. But if it's how to make your business look pretty and attractive to people who actually need to use it, that takes me more time. I suppose I'll participate in the fight. Come here, dude.
I'd like to work out how much health these guys have.
How much what?
Health.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some skeletons take 3 hits, so I think they've got 50. Some take 2 sniper shots, and I reckon they've got 130.
Makes sense, yeah. Yeah, you'd have to... Yeah, exactly. Well, and then there's resistances, right? So you'd have to kind of model those out. Because, you're... the plants seem extra fragile to a sword, but a little bit more resistant to a bullet. And,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've left you to the cargo and I'm fighting skeletons.
No, it's alright. We both got the job done. It was awesome, really. I didn't feel abandoned. We just kept talking. It's just sort of 2 washerwomen by the river.
Ever seen a YouTube channel called Townsend?
Tim's-End?
Townsend.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
It's like a guy. It's like a guy who's really into period style living.
Okay.
And so he's got a lot of details about how they lived, how they reacted, how they acted with each other, and all this kind of thing. And it's great. It talks about 18th century cooking, 18th century manners, 18th century stuff like that. I was going to try some of the recipes, seeing as I've basically got most of the stuff I need.
Yeah, sounds vaguely familiar. So he's just exceedingly British, isn't he?
No, he's American. It's 18th century American.
Sure. Yeah, then I don't know. No, we get a bunch of that stuff up and around Jamestown. So you get a lot of kind of reportage out of Virginia and the Virginia colonies and whoever they were, and of course they're mostly English. The closest that I've seen on YouTube to that is probably, or at least that I subscribe to, is probably Primitive Technology. He's got huge viewership. I want to say he's Aussie, but he doesn't. His videos are all captioned, but he doesn't speak at all in the course of his videos, and he basically tries to walk technology up from Stone Age into Iron Age. And build all the sort of tools and mostly buildings, really, that you'd need to build in order to support that kind of effort.
Do you need water in there?
I was just about to look. I'm moving everything out of the boat now. Yeah, we need water. I dried it out somehow.
Wait a minute. The cloths aren't where they're...
Yeah, you wanna... Shoot. Yeah, they're fine.
I was flying them right in through that window.
Yep.
Right. So, cloths. Keep going. One more. That's it. Okay. Right, do you have another one we can put down, or are you almost done?
Yeah. No, but my pocket.
Yeah. Golden Sands Outpost, and these are going to Sanctuary. So.
Okay.
Golden Sands, so we can pick those up at Golden Sands, head on to Sanctuary.
Got it.
Cool. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. My fault.
Oh, if you can just handle the ship for 2 seconds.
Yeah, I got it.
Well, fine.
You got all your, what's the matter?
Nah, I just punched off the rock and flew right over the island and...
Oh,
sorry,
geez.
I want to go up and light that torch just because I want to.
Just because it makes you smile?
Yes.
I was about to say, you got all your mermaid badges by now, didn't you?
No. But I'm not...
What are you lacking?
I don't know, I'm kind of... hang on. Our reputation, is that in the build rats? Yeah.
I believe, yeah.
I've got the blue one. It's the red one. It's the red ones I need.
Do you need 15 total?
Hang on. Reputation again. That one. And then
Sorry.
it's... No, it's fine. It's I've got 9, so I need another 8. I can do maths.
I think it's 60, yes.
I just think that the cargo run should actually involve the cargo crates that are already in the game.
Yeah, my biggest issue with cargo is basically that it doesn't pay appropriately. It's just way more pain in the ass than it pays for.
Yeah, I've said this before, but I thought it was more to do with throttling merchant grinding.
Yeah, but I mean, you could do that through gameplay. You don't have to make it not rewarding. That's really the problem I have with it. I don't mind people, just spamming the heck out of crates and running around with 50 of them from 4 different missions if it's risky, but the risk pays off. The trouble I have is there's really no, 700 gold at a time. You're working on the achievements. There's a dozen other things we could do that are less risky and more likely to pay by a lot. I don't know, I told you, I made some kid on the internet mad the other day because somebody posted on Reddit, their $80,000 haul. He was like, yeah, I got 80,000 gold in 4 hours. And this kid rang it, and he's like, how do I do that? That's amazing. And a wise ass. I was like, do 3 skull forts and take a 3-hour nap.
Athena's we did with Dryman and Solar, we cashed in about 50,000.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that wasn't an hour, really.
No, it was an hour and a half. An hour and a half in total from the time we started the Gilded to when we finished it. I should know because I recorded. My favourite bit is Solar getting his arse kicked by that lone skeleton. 7 minutes in, and I just keep watching it again and again because it's who's that member of our crew getting his ass kicked by a lone skeleton? He's like, shut up. But he wins in the end and then has a banana of shame.
Call it good.
How not to fight the skeleton. Don't just go for it and hope like a ballerina who's never had any training. Tina.
I've been on 5 or 6 bowling teams, and I haven't been a member of any of them because I bowl particularly well.
They all want you to join to carry them?
No. No. There's some people you have along because you need to fill out the team. And some people you have along because, you know, they're just very good. I've never been the guy who carried.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said you were very good, or were you not very good?
Not at all.
Ah.
No. But if you have a good personality, then you still get included.
So, all you brought to the mix was personality?
Yeah. I mean, it's a shallow pool.
Right. So, Tina. Tavern.
Yeah.
That just, connected. Is the lag going okay for you?
200 flat. So, I mean, as long as it doesn't spike, it's fine, because I can predict for it. It's when it wobbles that's hard.
Plants. Silks. More plants.
I guess what I mean to say is, it's apparently high, but it doesn't feel high.
Bottles. More plants. I'm quite suspicious about what these plants are.
You're worried someone's going to call a council.
No, it's just a case of why are they ferrying all these plants around? I can't imagine anyone needing them unless they're a certain type of plant.
There was something going around on Black People Twitter the other day. There was some picture of Cardi B just like being super duper shocked at something. The caption was Pablo Escobar's wife at his trial. Drugs? It just completely shocked. Like, what do you mean? I live in a palace in the mountains surrounded by machine guns and killers. What could possibly be going on?
Yeah, I'm getting back up to 1 million. 250,000 away, but getting back there.
Mm-hmm. So did you have a big... That's right, you told me you...
I bought the legendary sales.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, so, everything but the figurehead for the ship.
Do you not like the figure?
I don't...
That's right, you don't have... Yeah.
No, I need to be... I can buy the horse one, but the horse one's not interesting.
I like the horse. It's kind of gay, but I like the horse one.
It's like it's... Yeah, it looks goofy.
It does. Well, that's part of the fun. The bear looks goofy, and I like the bear too.
I think my current favourite one is the skull guy. The skulls. The red ones.
Yeah, I didn't get that one. I have the 3 skulls one, the old school Sea Dogs one.
Yeah, that's the one.
I have the
that's the one I like.
Yeah, there's a... Oh yeah, that's a good one too. But there's the sort of skelly warrior one with a sword and a shield.
Yeah, from Killer Instinct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that guy. Oh, that's right, it is the Killer Instinct guy. I don't know why I didn't put that together.
Yeah, I'm amazed that Rare made that.
Mm-hmm.
Killer Instinct by Rare.
Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, nice storied legacy out of those kids.
I hope they make a Donkey Kong 2, because that's the only thing that could kick Mario Kart's butt.
I am definitely a Donkey Kong fan.
Loved the Diddy Kong Racing. It was especially, was it because you had the choice of hovercraft, plane or car? all in the same races. So one of you could race on the car, the other one could be in the hovercraft, and the other one could be in the plane. Might have said this before, but there was a Stardust Alley or Space Station Alpha, and it was me and my wee brother were shaving milliseconds off our times to be the one that owned it. And eventually,
Do you remember Uniracers?
Uniracers? I don't think so.
It was a Super Nintendo game.
Describe it.
All of the sort of player sprites are riderless unicycles. And it's a 2D side-scrolling racer, sort of like maybe the modern equivalent would be like Ollie Oop or Ollie Ollie or something like that. It was a 2D side-scrolling racer.
Yes, I remember it.
You do tricks, and your tricks when you pull them off make you go faster. You get a boost for more.
It was almost like Marble Madness.
Yeah, in terms of the graphics, yeah, it wasn't 3D ISO, but like the color schemes and the patterns and stuff for sure. So that one and Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, my first video game job ever. We played both of those on a store sort of cartridge that we had dissected so that we could replace the battery pack. And hot swap batteries in and out of it so that it wouldn't ever die. And yeah, Tyson's Punch-Out and Uniracers were like the store prestige. Like if you could get your name up on the leaderboards for either one of those, and then just person-to-person competition. It was always either NHL '93 or NHL '94. Just hockey.
Did you ever have that electronic hockey game? And it was just you controlled it by the sticks at one side, and it was the characters went up and down the plate going.
I think you're conflating two separate tabletop games.
It was featured in the Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey because they beat death at it.
Okay, so there's there's two separate games, and it could be one or the other, and I'm not sure which. So the one that they played in Bill and Ted's isn't hockey. It's or at least shouldn't be. It's football, American football. And you set up your players in whatever sort of whatever formation they would sort of typically run, and then the table vibrates, and the players pitch towards one another in some completely chaotic, unreliable fashion. It's mostly not fun, and the winners are random. And then the other alternative, which is the same size, is air hockey. Lots and lots of American kids have crummy little air hockey tables, and it's basically a table with a puck and two paddles, and then there's lots and lots and lots of teeny tiny holes drilled in the bottom of the play surface, and then there's a fan at the bottom that keeps your puck floating on a little cushion of air, smack it around. But I think the Bill and Ted's one, that was football, wasn't it? Am I crazy?
I'm pretty sure one of them had a hockey stick. One of the character they were looking at was just turning around. But I'm sure if they had the football one, they should have had a hockey one. When it comes to board games, the one that I most remember is Ghost Castle. It was Haunted House, but it was GB Games or Hornby Games, and it was Ghost Castle or Haunted House. I think it was Haunted Mansion in America or something like that. But it was a board. It was a board with this central plastic staircase, and you had the 4 flats that fit into it to create 4 stages of the game board. And every so often you had
This is amazing.
You had a spinner, and when you spun it and you got the skull, you dropped the skull through the coffin at the top of the steps, and it would randomly pop out somewhere, and if your character was standing near any of the traps, you died.
That's awesome. Yeah, we didn't get that, or at least I didn't have it. That's amazing. This is really cool.
There was a galleon to the far northeast. It's at the fort, probably.
Scallion, yeah, see it.
It's not bothering us, but yep, Ghost Castle. We played that awesome because that's one of these games that just says, "Why isn't there a movie based on this game yet?" Because they had one on Cluedo.
Yeah, I remember. Well, do you remember it had a bunch of different endings? Like when it came out in the theater, depending on what week you saw it, you would see a different ending.
Yeah, and I love it. And this then the CD, what's it? I think the CD would give you the CD, the Laserdisc version would give you a random ending, but in the final cut they just cobbled them all together, and it was, or this could have happened, or this could have happened. And my favourite one was the one with the butler, you know. And gentlemen, the gun is still missing. Turn out your pockets. Ladies, turn out your purses. Whoever's the gun is the murderer. Yes, I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Communism was always a red herring.
I mean, that's reasonable, honestly. That's American politics right now.
Just that was always the line when everyone said communism. Someone would say, "Huh, communism was just a red herring."
Here for finest. Oh, I see.
Yeah, way down below. So I think we'll do this one, hand that one in, and think that'll be me, if that's okay.
Good man. Yeah, it's totally fine. I'm just loading the rowboat.
Oh, you are you?
Mm-hmm.
I really hate the logging mileage thing that you can do with Voyages.
How do you mean?
It's there's a commendation for logging mileage on Athena's and that, and
yeah, right.
and yeah, so it's people are wanting to put down Athena's all the time, even if we're not doing them. And it's just, I want to do cargo. You can't do cargo and throw down in Athena's. I'm just not a commendation-driven person.
I've almost got all of my Athena miles, so I will soon enough just ignore it for you. Let's see, so it's around Athena. I was gonna say you could head on to Finest if you want. 'Cause I've got the boat full.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't know you dropped off. Yeah, I'll zip right around and head back, and you can mermaid it.
I appreciate your company, but I have you in the headset.
That voice attack stuff that Captain Falco was looking. There's a wee video on his Twitter that just puts in a few things, and it's quite good because it responds to what he says.
Yeah, I like that idea. I had a buddy of mine not too long ago. She got a job, so she writes technical instruction videos, right? So she's a programmer and she's pretty talented, but she doesn't really like coding all that much. She's more of a dilettante. So what she's been doing is she'll learn some new technology to the point where it's exhausting, basically, and then go teach other people how to do, the sort of, well, what's called the hello world in software, which is basically like, get it up and get it functioning to the point where you ought to be able to get the rest of it done on your own, right? But like, push you past the first big confidence lump. Anyway, so she was doing that for a while, and then she got hired by this company that has their own sort of, deep set of internal documents about how to build their own stuff. And a lot of it's garbage. A lot of it's really not written very well at all. And so they wanted some help building out instructions. And so rather than trying to transcribe all their videos, she taught herself how to use Watson, which is IBM's voice recognition stuff. And she got Watson to translate their something like 56,000 hours of videos. So she's got these like starter transcriptions just right out of the box, and then the first set of videos that she did for them was teaching everyone how to use Watson.
But have you seen the trailer? Have you seen that funny advert for two Scotsmen stuck in a voice-activated lift? Yeah.
But what's really good is you tell Watson that you're Scottish and it'll work. You just have to get enough Scotsmen in a room to talk to Watson. But Watson really does have a Scottish component. I've seen it. It's funny.
It's like in Red Dwarf when they said transmit in all known languages and all known frequencies in all known languages, including Welsh.
Oh, Jesus. It's an awful lot of phlegm to spread across the galaxy.
It's just so rapid fire.
It's quick, yeah. Yeah, what is it, Icelandic? If that's the right word, has that too, where it's just, it's quick like Spanish, but it's not so, it's not so cut up. You know, you just have to keep pace.
Yeah, the plants seem to be doing okay. But I swear they've died for no reason at all on some voyages.
Yeah, I've had bad luck for sure, with just about everything one time or another. I've had cloth get wet in ways that I just didn't understand at all. Busted my bottles and not known it 6 different times.
Legendary. That sounded painful. Busted your bottles. See, you get these little I got legendary merchant trader achievement there, and it's just that the Athena that you get for it it doesn't help. Master Cargo Runner. Master Cargo Runner title. A new title has been added to your vanity chest. I remember we were playing just after that commendation. All the commendations had been changed. And I was still looking at quite a climb to legend when all of a sudden we put in one. I put in one gold chest, and it was like the commendation just kept on coming, and it just went up and up and up and up and up and up. And then I was left just a scratch away from legendary on my gold orders.
Yeah, I've decided that I want to clean off all those old tabs, or at least everything but the merchant. I don't know if I'm ever going to bother to do all the merchant.
Well, you mean the ones where you complete the missions, as opposed to just toss them off?
Yeah, well, right. I've got my souls tab. I have to do my miles, and I have to do my missions, and that's it. And my miles are 700 or so. So, I mean, in the course of doing the voyages, I'll end up finishing that out. And Hoarders is just the same, but I have another 20 or so shipwreck chests. So, yeah, I'm kind of getting there to the point where I can clean off the tab. But not cargo, but the merchant tab, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do all that mess.
What am I missing in Forsaken Shores? Deliver 200 pieces of cargo in time, and I've done 100 of them. Then legendary cargo, deliver 200 pieces of cargo in time. Ah, this is that one I'm building towards there. And there's that one. Deliver 25 pieces of Devil's Roar cargo in time. Yes, we're going to have to do that one. Just because I'm that close to getting it done.
Right. Yeah, the 25 isn't so bad, and if you want help with it, then I'll definitely try for you, but cargo in the Roar is so hard. The rum bottles and volcanoes are not friends.
They just shake, rattle and crack. Shake, rattle and crack.
I've had the best luck, strangely enough, I've had the best luck in Brigantines, but you just run from the volcanoes. Like, you specifically keep in mind that, like, you're not going to get yourself inside of, whatever radius.
But there's only 25 pieces, so I'm in no rush. I'm not going to say, right, I'm going to get these 25 pieces, let's stay on for hours and hours and hours and alienate all my friends trying to get these 25 pieces. I'll do them as and when. I mean, Athena's in there where you get about 8,000 per chest, yeah, per legendary chest.
Right.
Are you back in the ship now?
No, I'm still in Sanctuary. I'm trying to fill. I pulled that banana crate. I'm over here trying to fill it.
Ah.
I finished. I did finish turning in all the cargo pieces.
So you don't use much 3D software?
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't done any 3D modeling. Like I've used Unity enough that I can say I know the basics of kind of how to get a scene off the ground and how to ghost out software and stuff like that. And I've done, I've done kind of what I would call GarageBand video game development projects, right? Like I haven't finished a completed project, but I've done some of the steps enough to be directly familiar, and I've worked a lot with actual developers, so like I get peripheral familiarity. But yeah, my exposure to all those pieces is pretty, like, in terms of like directly creating a game, it's all pretty amateurish. If you want to sell it, we can get deep into the weeds. If you want to build it, I could introduce you to some friends.
So with me, sorry, I liked watching this guy Joshua Skelton as they were making Delver. I think I told you about this before. And it was built in Java, and it's a neat little game on Steam.
Yeah, I won't say I have Delver. I've definitely encountered it and been impressed enough that it would have probably made it into my library. I got, I guess, like, my kind of dev idol right now is Mark Brown, who's fairly famous, and he does, kind of video game analysis stuff. And then the other guy that I like a lot, I can't remember his name, but he does a video blog called Game Developers Toolkit, which is a similar kind of effort where they go through and they say, they try to solve problems in front of you or show you how other people have solved problems. So like pacing, or was it a good one I saw the other day was like kind of how do you highlight interactable objects, for a player in a way that isn't kind of game breaking or interrupting. So and there's a bunch of ways that people have solved the problem. Like if you walk past an interactable object, then your character's head will turn toward it. And like that, or like clumsier stuff like it just highlights because you're close to it, or changes color a bit.
In Left 4 Dead, if you play that game and you play the developer level, basically you play a level of it, and you've got wee interactive notes that tells you about things. And one of the things was, how did they get players to go the right way? And they used lights, basically. Players would go towards the lights.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, Left 4 Dead was one of my favorites for a long time. It's another one of those. Get in with a bunch of strangers and try to make friends enough to be productive.
Yep, they were fine. The
And
bottles were
another
cracked.
crate for you, just about. They counted for 350 though, yeah?
Yep. They were a bit cracked, but they went through at 350, so... And now it is the cloth. I'm jumping off the prow again. The thing is, there's a snake on the end of it, and I don't know why.
You might shoot him. I mean, I just put him up there because he was cute.
Yeah, the snake's cute. It reminds you of the thing you pee out of.
I mean, mine's not quite that color.
One more cloth. No! Bastard!
Oh, did you fall in? Shit. Sorry, bro.
Quick, sell it for... Yes, it didn't know. I wasn't in the water long enough, thank goodness.
Good man. Yeah, I didn't even notice. It's fine either way.
So, just this creative odd bananas to hand in, or are you going back out?
B-A-N-A. Well, I turned the one in under contract because we found one and I put it on the ship. But then I pulled one from the merchant while we were over there and filled it from all the stuff that was on the outpost and then handed it in. So we could sell this one as well if you like.
Yep, just head into the nearest outpost and finish with it.
Made the contract one already, if that makes sense.
Yep. It's odd not to have any. Where's the outpost?
Oh, plunder, I guess. More or less ahead.
Yep.
That barrier up.
But it's rather odd not to have any kegs on the ship.
Yeah. But so you said you saw the rare stream. Did they surely they recorded it somewhere? I can go fetch it.
Yeah, it's on the rare channel. They've been doing streams for a while.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of server work that I need to do today, which will be tedious and annoying, and mostly involve me sending a command to a machine that's somewhere in the world and waiting for it to respond. So that will be good.
That last one, I didn't find it. Well, it's only create bananas. If he wants to fight, we'll fight.
Yeah, exactly.
But if he doesn't, then he doesn't. But it's what was that? Yeah, they had this one stream where I think it was called No Mercy or something, and they were just going to attack every ship they came into contact with, and they were terrible at it.
Yeah, I was
they
gonna say this is.
Yeah, they had the real. It's just when they're trying to stream, it confuses them, and they're too busy trying to answer questions, do all this stuff, and it's just they were picked on by this clown that had managed to get onto the stream, managed to stream snipe them, and he was just trying to be friendly, but the clown was terrorising them for the rest of the stream. He was just slaughtering them. He was obviously a PC player with a mouse, and they were on gamepad, and it was just eventually you had Joe and Eat hiding up the mast from the clown. But that was a funny one.
Yeah.
And although they muted it, there was one where they were in the Devil's Roar and they ran into a ship that had got all this red stuff, and everyone was in the uniform like me, and they were playing music over the thing, so they had pipes and drums, and then they said, we also have something else to play for you. And that was the first stream where they mentioned the double gun thing, but they started playing Baby Sharks. They were all singing and dancing to that, but they muted that part of the stream.
Yeah,
when it went back up.
Probably because they get a copyright violation.
Such a pity, the copyright things, when it generates so much fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of it is. The short answer is YouTube is really fucking broken. He's got a Reaper up.
Well, maybe he's doing something Reaperish.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, Reapers. We have discounted that theory. Why didn't anyone warn us about the Reapers? Mass Effect criticism.
Alright, so here's my plan. You can love it or hate it. My plan is I want to pull around the far side of Plunder.
Mm-hmm.
And try and swim my banana crate in. And if I manage to cash in my banana crate, then I'm going to sneak on their boat and give them all of my cursed cannon before I log off.
Okay.
But if I don't, then I'm going to try to sink them.
Okay.
Does that sound awful?
I think we're going to end up sinking them.
Probably, yeah.
Because they're going to spot you. I mean, we've got the Alliance flag up. I think it's kind of toxic.
Well, they've got a Reaper up. They can't. Yeah, they can't take the. They can't take the Alliance even if they want to.
Yes, but well, hopefully they've logged.
Oh, I don't care either way. Like, it's a banana crate. It's not even on contract. It's fine.
Lando's pretty much a bit of a... Oh, they just vanished.
Ah, that's too bad.
It was okay, we'll just finish this in the tavern then. What was it that once we came... Might have been... I think it was Ancient Spire. We pulled up there and we had OG Stonebreaker with us. And there was a ship that had just spawned and you guys were going to fire on it. So I jumped on the horn and said, gentlemen, we are here to defend your freedom. Boom, 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 boom. Your freedom has been defended. Thank you for your cooperation.
Where's Stony? I haven't talked to Stony in a minute. What is Estonian? I've got another guy who we play with all the time, who's another pro soldier, Tanlin.
Well, they dropped a bunch of... In actual fact, I am going to ram those kegs.
Oh, there they go. No, they're here.
No, I'm going to ram them.
Oh, they're leaving right now.
No, that's me.
Oh, that's you with the Jolly Roger?
Yes, I'm going to ram those.
Oh, the gunpowder barrels. Okay.
No, don't move them, don't move them.
Oh, I was just gonna give you a bit of a pocket. There's a big sandbar underneath them, so I was gonna make sure that you.
I didn't get him at the sandbar. This is going to explode.
Yeah, I think they got you.
Yes, we're gonna scuttle anyway.
I was gonna jump on the ship and see how cracked she was. None across the back. Yeah, it all localized to the front. That's surprising. It's not before.
I think they've got a limited range, and they all were in their own limited range, so they can't create more holes than they're allowed to.
Right. Well, I know there's a blast radius, but it's always surprising how short it is for the regulars. Because it always seems to reach out and touch you really easy.
Do you like the mega keg?
Yeah. I've gotten so many kills off of those things, it's not even funny. I still haven't gotten my badge yet, though. I got the badge for everything else. I'm still at like 94, 95 for the kegs.
I think it's having trouble sinking because of the sandbar.
Soon enough. I don't know, I voted to go. Boats roll in.
My crew, scuttle ship.
There you go. That got her. I still want a hurdy-gurdy really bad.
I didn't know that was an actual instrument, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
To the bar for a drink.
And the best of the players are out your way.
Right. Cheers.
Prost. It's all wood.